You are about to listen to Getting Home Sourced with Gianno Buonagoro. This is episode 95, titled Cabo Family Fun Pack, which was released June 5th, 2026. Now, enjoy the show.
Welcome to Getting Home Sourced with G. Your one-stop shop for all things real estate. Gianno is your go-to guy with over 25 years of experience in the game, serving up the insider scoop on buying, selling, and investing in two of the hottest markets, Las Vegas, Nevada, and Cabo, Mexico. Whether you're looking to score the perfect home, seal the deal on a sale, or dive into the world of international investments, G's got the tips, tricks, and swagger to make it happen. Remember, in Nevada, the smart choice is the right choice. And when it comes to Cabo, you better go oceanside with Cabo G. If you were looking for a quiet, tranquil show about real estate, this ain't it. Gianno has this thing called passion. Let's unleash the beast. This is Welcome to Getting Home Sourced. And now your host, Gianno.
Yeah! Andale, vámonos here at Getting Home Sourced, as I'm your host, Gianno, and you know what that means. We have another Cabo show to talk about, folks, here. This is what we're doing. We're going Mexico style, but more importantly, the title of the show is basically a classroom session. It's the Cabo Family Fun Pack, and we're going to uncover and we're going to unpack what it's like to live in Cabo, folks. This is what it is. I mean, we all talk about a destination area, an investment area, but really, folks, it's about how do you live down there, what's going on, schooling, the kids, family. We're going to cover all of that and much, much more. But of course, I like to start out by saying, of course, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to where you're listening around the world. Thank you so much for tuning in. And of course, for my newbies, my first timers, I want to say thank you so much for tuning into the show. If this is your first or a couple times, say thank you so much. And whoever told you about the show, thank you. If you just happen to find us on our streaming podcast platforms throughout the web per se, thank you so much for tuning in and listening. And of course, who else? The engine that drives this Ferrari. Thank you. My repeat offenders, my loyalty, it's just out there for you guys. Thank you so much. I really appreciate all that you do for me and getting the word out, because this is our show. It's a community show, and this is what we do. It's family, and we just bring it all together, and that's why it makes it so powerful and impactful. But, of course, folks, again, you can't have family without the tools, right? You got to eat. So how do we eat? We go on to the website. We go to VegasHomeSource.com. We click on the newsletter. We subscribe. We also get the MLS for anybody looking to purchase in Mexico, as well as Cabo and Las Vegas, Nevada in the United States, folks. It's all there for you. We have our concierge partnerships program, which I keep talking about all the time. We have the Las Vegas edition, where we're bringing anybody who's looking to buy in Vegas. We have basically bringing in realtors. We're bringing buyers and sellers and new home builder. We're bringing the community together to help everybody out to purchase and sell property, right? But then also, we have our Cabo, where we're going out there and we're expanding the brand down there. Obviously, now, as I told everybody the last couple of weeks, we have Christie's International. That is now the new flagship. It's basically Christie's International, Oceanside, Los Cabos. So we still have the Oceanside in there, but we're just adding on our brand new family partners for Christie's International. So thank you so much for that. But we also have Cadun Hotel right across the street from my office, folks. So if you're coming down, need a place to stay, you let me know. We get you set up at Cadun. And then also for everybody that's looking to get massages, relaxing on the beach, enjoying yourselves, then we have Bendito Massage, and we take care of you there as well. So make sure you contact me for that so I can put you with the right people. And of course, what else? Tax benefits partnership program. It's all about corporate entity, folks. You have to learn how to protect yourself, trust corporate entities, whatever you're looking for to get in there to protect what? Your asset, that's property, right? So you don't want to put it in your own personal name, especially as a foreigner, or especially also as a domestic person. If you're buying outside the country, or if you're buying inside your own country, please, folks, always get yourself protected with a corporate entity, a family trust, or an LLC, an incorporation, what have you, right? So there you go there. Now, as I talked about before the show, it's really about the Cabo experience. It's about, I've been living down there back and forth now for 4 years, and I basically really still learning what's going on because there's so much growth, there's so much development, there's so much community, but also there's just so many things to do. And people are probably wondering, like, wow, if I really wanted to actually relocate and move there, especially my European friends, my Middle Eastern friends, people from Australia, anywhere around the world, okay, and you're looking to make a move, you're looking at MLS, you're looking at Cabo, you're like, wow, this could be a great opportunity. It is, folks. It really, really is. And we're going to basically unpack everything because why? I want to focus on family. That's why the show is the Cabo Family Fun Pack, because whether you're single, whether you're about to start a family, whether you're married with kids already, or even if you're seniors, okay, or baby boomers, right? It's a great place to live, and more so, it's just a great place to raise a family. I mean, again, you can live in different parts of the world, and it might not be family friendly. The school systems might not be that great. You might have some issues just in general getting around, and it's just like, wow, do I really want to raise a family in wherever I'm living? Or are you looking at Los Cabos as just an investment value, or actually planting the roots, settling down, and seeing what it's all about? Well, that's what we're going to talk about, right? Because, again, Los Cabos has bilingual schools, which they emphasize heavily on because why? It gets to prepare the students to become globally competitive.
We are going to write an essay of no less than 1,000 words, describing to me who you think you are.
Is this a test?
Because if you can speak 2 languages or more, folks, you are ahead of the game. I'm going to tell you that right now. And again, for me, being in the United States and living in the United States and going back and forth, I can tell you, when people think that English is the only language and that's it, you're going to be back of the line, because people that are trilingual or what have you, now guess what? You command power, you command respect, and you command a lot of doors to open for you. Great, great, great opportunities. So now with the public school systems in Los Cabos, I mean, mainly they're Spanish. They have basic English, but it's primarily heavy on Spanish. But the private schools, folks, bilingual options for both locals and expats, what have you, right? So people that are living down there, let's say Canadians or South Americans or Europeans or Americans, what have you, you bring in your kids already, or you want to start a family, hey, you could actually get a private tutor to also help speak the language that you're from, right? The country that you're from, as well as Mexican and English. Because why? It's important to understand the Spanish. It's important to understand basically English, right? Because that's a common language down there right now. And then whatever country that you're from, that's where the tutors come into play. So really, they have international schools, right? Because the private schools, international schools, smaller classroom sizes, and basically the instruction is Spanish and English, whereas the public schools have the bigger classrooms and what have you. So you have your difference. And then, like I said, the Spanish and English bilingual schools per se, they give dual diplomas for both in Mexican and the U.S. And their degree in Los Cabos, folks, is under the IB, which is the Internacional Baccalaureate. Okay, so it's basically international bachelor's, or bachelor degree. So, but the top 3 schools right now in the Los Cabos area is the Colegio El Camino, which is located in Cabo, that offers full bilingual curriculum and also sets up for the IB program. Second one is Liceo Los Cabos, which is located in the Cabo corridor and is a local's favorite for people that are living there, that are locals, born and raised there, or just living there from mainland that send their kids there. And then you also have, and the reason why that's basically good too is because they have for academic discipline, strong values and family orientation. And then the last one is Centro Escolar Libertad, which is located in San Jose and is highly regarded for its bilingual programs. However, when it comes to the universities and the colleges, really, folks, there's just one that stands out in the whole peninsula, and that's located in La Paz, which is the capital of Baja California Sur, the BCS. And that boasts the best marine biology schools in the country, actually in the entire country of Mexico. So if you're looking for marine biology, that is it. And it's actually the acronym for that is the UABCS, which is the Universidad Autónoma de Baja California Sur. And they also handle a lot of heavy international research. Otherwise, for other degrees in Los Cabos, which you basically have, it's more, think of it as more of a community college in community schools that are local in the area, where you could do within the corridor between San Jose and Los Cabos. You could have online, you could do in class and what have you, because people obviously work down there. So if you can't really be in class, you could take it online. You do your work during the daytime or nighttime, and then vice versa. You do the online classes. But the popular degrees of study in Los Cabos for students are tourism, hospitality, business, marketing, and law. So most families like or want to basically send their children to the mainland for the bigger name universities, which would be in Monterrey, Mexico, which would be in Guadalajara, which would be in Mexico City, right? So this is the way of life that families are basically raising their kids right now, because they have the great schools and they want the best education. Of course, any parent would want their best education for their kids, right? So, but in some instances, they also have private tutors. So if you need private tutors, they're available for you to teach other languages. Again, like we talked about before, if and when needed. So if you're Italian, you want to learn Italian as well as Spanish, as well as English, boom, it's there for you, right? So this is what I'm talking about. You can never go wrong living in an environment with rich culture, the history, the architecture, and plus the fact, never mind being an already world-renowned destination place, right? So this is where it's all coming together. Now, on that note, I want to take a quick recess, and when we get back, class is going to be in session because I want to cover more stuff. And stay tuned.
Have you been thinking about a getaway? Do you need a break from the grind? Thinking about hot, sunny beaches and the waves of cool water crashing on your feet? Then get off the couch and call Cabo G on his new toll-free international number, 888-528-2810. Yes, toll-free. What other realtor has a toll-free number for you to call anywhere in the world? Going oceanside with Cabo G will turn your thoughts into action, as Cabo G can tell you the deals in Cabo, Mexico. When in doubt, give Cabo G a shout.
Andale, vámonos here at Getting Home Source. That's I'm your host, Gianno, and thank you so much for sticking around in the back half. Wanted to take the quick commercial break because we got a lot of stuff to cover in the back end, and I want to get to it because, like I said, as my last week's show, we don't want to have rambling on for an hour, right? We want to make it action-packed, and what do I always say, folks? I want to make it actual, factual, and practical for you. It's street talk, it's real, and we're giving you the real deal, folks. I'm living it down here. We're loving it. We experience it. This is what it's all about. Now, on the back half of the show over here, again, you might be asking to yourself, okay, that's great with the high schools and the colleges or whatever, but what do really the parents and kids do? School's out. What's going on over there? What's the lifestyle now? You're living and you're actually a local. Well, great answer, because guess what? There's an abundance of activities to do, folks. I'm telling you, again, with teenagers, getting summer jobs and what have you, and the little ones, they got to go out and they got to burn off energy, right? Because school's out. They want to have fun. Or teenagers that are working part-time or maybe not working at all, and they have to be active. What else is there? Well, first of all, there's sports, right? Okay. So we have what? We have golf, we have tennis, we have soccer, we have baseball, and we have pickleball, and some basketball as well, too. But as far as water stuff goes now, we have beautiful water parks, okay? There's two main ones. One's called the Wild Wet Fun in Caduano, which is 30 minutes north from San Jose. And then you also have in the main corridor area between San Jose and Los Cabos, we have the Laguna Water Park, which is basically Wild Canyon Adventures, okay? So they have that as well. But if some people don't like water parks and we want to go above and beyond, well, people that like to surf, so you have surfing, hiking, boating, fishing, snorkeling, water skiing, parasailing, even folks, you have camel and horseback riding, as well as motorbiking and dune buggy racing with quad racers. And of course, you have whale watching and camping. Right now, I can tell you right now, I've experienced basically all of these things, and I could tell you it is absolutely spectacular. I mean, you're in another world. I mean, seriously, because not too many people are watching TV down there, and you're not listening to your local news. They don't have, like I told you, news cameras and news stations down there. People are getting news from where else? The radio. They're getting it from their cell phones, from social media, what have you. But to say that you're going to stay home and watch TV and get like the real news and having news reporters out there, highly unlikely. And that's what makes Cabo, and it separates itself from everything else, because you're down there, you're living, you're just breathing it all in, and you want to block out that exterior noise, especially for a lot of people from Canada and Europe and the U.S. that want to come there. The last thing they want to do is sit around and watch TV and get the news. They don't want to watch news stations. They just want to throw their phones away and just enjoy the environment, and you're in the moment. So you could see, folks, it's really not boring by any means. There's a lifestyle here. Again, we talked about the food in the past. The people are just so fantastic. I mean, now, the funny thing is that the weather. Now, this is always that cracks me up, because every time I talk about the weather, and I always see what other people are always saying, and like, oh, Cabo, it's great all year round. Well, I'm going to be honest with you, folks, because, we tell it like it is, right? There's no other way to do it. And I always tell people that with the weather, to be honest with you, it is absolutely, if you love the hot, let me say this. It's miserable for me in July, August, and September, because I come from dry heat climate where I live in Las Vegas. And then when you go down in the summer months that they call it down there, okay, again, July, August, September, hurricane season. But more importantly, it's very hot, very humid. It's sticky at some points too. You have to be careful. You can't really stay out in the sun too long, because you're not going to be doing too well if you do, especially if people are drinking beer and alcohol and whatever. Really not a good idea. But as I mentioned before in past shows, I mean, seriously, Cabo G is going to tell you right now, if you don't like the humidity, if you don't like that stickiness, and you don't like that heat, that sauna style, that blow dryer feeling, well, then that's just not it for you during the summer months, that, July, August, September, a little bit of October, maybe the first 2 weeks of October. But if you do love it, and for folks that love the humidity, they love the heat, it doesn't bother you at all, then hey, you know what? It's the best time to go down there, because why? In Cabo, during those 3.5-month period, they consider it what? The slow season. So right now, you're not going to be as crowded. It's not going to be as packed. You can actually leisure around. You can walk around, and you're not going to have, people all over the place. So really, the whole town is yours per se. And as a tourist, really, you could do what you want, and you're not going to have the crowded beaches and what have you. And it's just really more easier to get around in. But again, folks, a lot of people, a lot of locals, they get out of town. I mean, in September, I could tell you right now, a lot of the beachfront areas, like for instance, you have Eat It Steakhouse. It's a steakhouse seafood place. You also have Mango Deck. You also have The Office. Sometimes these places shut down for the entire month, specifically in September, sometimes in October October in the beginning, but they open up in October, but August mainly too. They just want to avoid typical rainstorms and what have you. Again, slow season, they shut things down, just like some hotels, okay? Some hotels you're going to go to, they act like they're busy and they're packed, but really they have 2-3 towers, or mainly it's going to be half the building or some floors. They let people go back to the mainland for vacation, take time off. So they're working with the skeleton crew. Therefore, you have to be careful about the rates and where you're booking, and ask the questions. Well, are you slow? Is there anything closed down? If they tell you, oh, yeah, we're working on the air conditioner for maintenance, no. That's not the real answer. The real deal here at that is the fact that it's slow. They send people back on vacation. They have the employees take time off, and they're going to come up with like, oh yeah, we're oversold. They're not oversold, folks. It's just that they shrunk down their room size and they shut down some floors. Or let's say in some properties that have like 2 or 3 hotel towers, they shut down all of them except for one. So you have to be mindful about that. But because it is the slow season, you can take advantage of, like I said, it's more relaxing, more downtime, not as like hectic and what have you. And it's just quiet. So whether you're like, again, if you have a property down there already, a condo or a single family home, you get to go down there, you get to relax. Or if you're in an all-inclusive hotel, or if you're staying in a short-term rental, these are the opportunities for you to get down and kind of get away and not have that many people around, right? But during the busy months, like I said before, when it kicks in between October and June, like it's, let's say, the mid-October season, because that's what happens, folks. If all those that know down there, it's the World Cup of fishing. What do I mean? Well, they have the Bisbee fishing tournament. So they get down there, it kicks it off, and then it runs straight through all the way until June. Absolutely spectacular, especially October through February. I keep having August on the brain because I know I'll be down there in August, so I know what I'm in for down there. But between October and February, the weather is absolutely dynamite. It's beautiful. It's calm. You have the cool breezes. The sun's not going to knock you out. It's just really spectacular between the fishing tournament. Then you get into the PGA in November. Then you have the holiday season, which they celebrate Thanksgiving in Cabo for a lot of Americans. And then you also have New Year's Eve. You have Christmas holidays and what have you, Hanukkah, the whole 9 yards. So in essence, October, November, December just really ends off the year strongly and on a bang because a lot of people come back, right? A lot of people that might live there part-time come back for the fall season, especially Canadians. A lot of Canadians, folks, my international Canadian friends, if you're listening, and I know you are, you know that it's snowbird season because a lot of you do not want to be in the U.S. anymore, and I understand that. So now you're making your plans and you're coming down into Cabo. So you know that October to April, October to May is your sweet spot. It's prime time, and you're taking advantage of it. And God bless, you should be, right? Because it is cold up in Canada during those time frames. But weather-wise, folks, again, if you can't handle the heat and humidity, like me, I'm going to raise my hand. I'm one of them. Then October to June is your prime time spot. Now, again, with all the tournaments that go on down there, they also have tennis down there. They also have nice, pickleball tournament. Again, the town is growing. It's evolving. And this is what I'm talking about, folks. This is what is exciting. This is what's coming in the next few years. It's just that growth. It's that community. Just like our show, a community show, family show. This is what they promote down there. They promote family. They promote health and wealth. They promote just active lifestyle. And again, this is what fits in for what? For baby boomers and seniors, because then people are asking as well, if everybody's having fun as young adults and young children and teenagers or people in their 20s and 30s, well, what happens to the baby boomers and seniors? Well, great question, because guess what? They're also active lifestyle down there. Most of the people that are down there for seniors are retirees, folks. And what are they doing down there? They're doing the same thing as other people are doing, right? They're golfing, they're playing tennis, they're fishing, they're hiking, they're biking, so they have their bicycles or what have you, maybe even motorcycles, okay, so you can go down there as well. They're enjoying night walks at nighttime, whatever community that they may be in. Okay, your clubhouse might be having some type of functions and events and what have you. You could play card games. There could be all sorts of other activities inside the community that they're in. They also venture out. You have beautiful restaurants. You have galleries for art. You could do shopping. You could do anything you want. But more importantly, what is it? Art Walk San Jose, Thursday nights. Beautiful, folks. And then Friday in Cabo. So you're having Art Walk Thursday in San Jose, Fridays in Los Cabos downtown marina area. Beautiful things to do. Nighttime walks, beautiful restaurants. You're having your wine. You're having your beverage, and you're enjoying yourself. That's what seniors are doing down there. They're staying active and they're staying in shape because guess what? That's what you're supposed to be doing down there. You're not just going to sit around and hang out in your condo all day and not go out of the house, because for retirees, listen, you can have it both ways. You could be active, or you could just have a relaxing environment and just do light things and just kind of sit on the patio, and you can just gaze out into the ocean, stare at the ocean, maybe hear some whales, right? But at the same time, look at the boats. You hear the ocean breezes. You hear the waves cracking along the shore on the sand line. And this is what you do. And you're having your great coffee, or you're having matcha, or you're having smoothies, or what have you. The point is that just think about that relaxing, just detox lifestyle. You're just gazing out and just letting time slip away with you, just like a wave, just flowing. And what are you doing? You're just breathing it all in. This is what I'm trying to exude to everybody. This is what I want to present to everybody, because I think it's so important to understand that the population is growing there, folks. It's not that sleepy fishing town that people thought of back in the early 2000s and maybe the 2010s. Really, ever since COVID around the world, Los Cabos, that peninsula, has been stuck on the map. It really has become a melting pot, a true worldwide destination. They have to keep up and maintain what different cultures are moving in, but more importantly, what amenities are we bringing to the table? These are the amenities that are taking place. And listen, let's be honest. People already know that the infrastructure, is a lot of work that has to be done in the infrastructure. No question about that, right? We all know that. Roads could be a little bit better. We understand that. Sometimes they have water issues down there with people. You got to get the water trucks to come out. I get that. You have the desalination areas that you want to live in where you don't have water as a problem. But these are things that come with growth, right? This is the learning curve. This is what happens down there. And again, population right now, I would say is probably like about 300,000, give or take, right? But we know it's growing because we know we have new projects. And folks, like I mentioned before on past shows, if you're listening and you're doing your homework per se, we have only 8% growth in the whole Baja California Sur. There's so much land to be built on over there. They haven't even tapped into the full potential yet. But what's happening? Everything north of San Jose, right? Going up to La Paz, which is about a 2-hour drive. East Cape, as they call it, on the Sierra Cortez side, which I always tell people, you swim over there, folks. They have some surfing areas, but it's mainly swimming. But the Pacific side, we do not go in the water unless you are a advanced surfer. The waves there are very, very strong. Currents are very, very strong. People can drown. And, I hate to say it, but it's happened. So you have to be careful on the Pacific side. You really don't want to be jumping in the water over there. Sierra Cortez on that side, no problem on the East Cape. But that's where the growth is going. That's where the building is taking place. Okay, so you have to stay tuned for that. We're going to give a lot more information about that down the road. But I just want you to kind of just see it all in, just visualize it. I mean, everybody's going online and YouTubing and looking at videos and what have you, and that's great and all, but it doesn't make sense if you're not placing yourself in a situation where you can surround yourself with schooling and hospitals and shopping and the conveniencies of getting around. Because remember, folks, Cabo and San Jose, two different environments, totally two different cities, even though they're 20 minutes away from each other. Okay, but again, Cabo is that vibrant area. San Jose more reserved, more quiet. Okay, it's more cultural, let's say, because there's more things to do up there as far as culture goes, historic architecture, the whole 9 yards. The ecoverse, I would say, up there, because everything is outdoors. You have Flora Farms, you have Acre. You could do the estuary over there, walking around and what have you. Of course, the art walk, the whole square in San Jose for shopping and eating, what have you. So, again, different lifestyles. You have to check it out, but that's what I'm here for. This is why you get out a hold of Cabo G. You contact me, so then we can kind of get a game plan together, map it out, because you could be going on a junket, you could be getting a special deal on a certain property and an all-inclusive, and you never leave. And that's really a shame, because you really should venture out and explore what that whole Baja California Sur is all about. Because I'm going to tell you, folks, it's not really just about going down there and staying in an all-inclusive. There's so many things to do with you, with your kids, for you. You got to just take advantage of it. And this is what it's all about. So I hope that If Ms. G can't answer all the questions that you have, my virtual assistant, that's why I just ask. Take the time, email me, call me, text me, what have you. We'll set up a call and we'll get you the information. That's what it's all about, right? This is what Getting Home Source is all about. We're a global show, we're an international show, and I just don't want people to be misguided. If you really don't know about the area, just send me an email and I will tell you everything. It's all not to persuade you or try to get your contact information to go and try to, push you on selling a home, buying a home, whatever. That's not the issue. I want you to understand about, the hospitals, the medical, the schooling, the shopping, the lifestyle. This is important because if you're making a decision, even as an investment, if you just want to do it as an investment, where do you want to be at? You want to buy a property that's going to be close to what people's wants and needs are. So that's what we talked about before. What's more important to you, a want or a need? This is why I say when you reach out, tell me what the game plan is, tell me what you're thinking, and then we can pencil it in accordingly based upon the lifestyle that you not only want for yourself when you want to use your property, if you're using it as an investment, or if you're just going to make it as a relocation and you want to live down in Los Cabos full time. So on that note, folks, I just want to say thank you so much again. And remember, I'm going to be in New York City, folks, in 2 weeks. I'm meeting my new family, Christie's International, in Midtown Manhattan, New York City, Rockefeller Center. We're going to be checking out not only the corporate office over there, but also the auction house. We're going to get some information. So for all my international friends, if you're looking to sell stuff, Christie's International, the auction house is there for you. We're going to get information on that. We're going to talk about that. And then also for all my friends that are looking to even buy in New York City or surrounding areas, all my Christie International friends, my new family, we'll be talking to them. We're going to get the lay of the land and see what they're doing over there. So again, in 2 weeks, June 23rd to June 30th. So I hope if you're coming in for the World Cup, hey, let's kick around a couple of espressos and some cannolis. We'll sit back, relax. We'll have some lunch, whatever you want to do. We can talk real estate. We can talk World Cup. It doesn't matter. As long as I'm seeing you, that's the blessing in itself, right? And that's what I feel good about. So, and again, folks, please, I can't ask you enough. Tell your friends to go like the show. Subscribing's great. We want to get those numbers up. We want to get everybody listening. It's so important and spectacular to make that happen. So again, on that note, I'm going to say class dismissed. And until next week, no homework, folks, for next week. The only thing I want is just next week is just you. So on that note, take care. God bless.
You have just listened to Getting Home Sourced with your radio host, Gianno Buonaguro. This podcast is a registered trademark and may not be reproduced without the express written consent of VegasHomeSource.com. For additional information about buying, selling, or investing in real estate, call or text Gianno toll-free at 888-528-2810 or visit his website at VegasHomeSource.com. Thank you for listening, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.